Back to my YouTube channel Chemistry Aspirant. Now in today's lecture we are going to start with one important concept, that is the theory of hybridization. Now for this particular theory we will divide this lecture into the three different parts. So the part first will consist of introduction to the hybridization and need for the concept of hybridization. The second part of lecture will be on the basis of steps involved in the hybridization. The third part will be on the basis of the essential conditions and the silent features of hybridization. So in these three lectures we will going to consider the theory of hybridization. Let us start with the part first, that is introduction to the hybridization and the need for the concept of hybridization. In 1931, the 2 times Nobel Prize winner Linus Pauling developed the theory of hybridization, or he introduced the concept of hybridization on the basis of the simple molecule, that is methane molecule. He explained the structure of methane molecule on the basis of the hybridization by using the atomic orbitals. Now Pauling pointed out the shape and the geometry of this methane molecule, and on the basis of this he developed this important theory. You know that according to the valence bond theory, the atomic orbitals of the different atom combines to form a molecule. Now during this process the overlapping of an atomic orbital takes place. Linus Pauling used this atomic orbital to develop the concept of your hybridization. Again remember, hybridization is not a physical process. It is just a concept which is actually on the basis of failure of your valence bond theory. It means properties which could not be explained by the valence bond theory considered by your hybridization, and hence this concept were developed. So the failure of your valence bond theory is the need for the concept of your hybridization. So now let us consider the failure of valence bond theory. Actually there is a separate video on the limitations of your valence bond theory. The link is given in the card. Kindly follow that video for more detail. So here we are going to discuss only 2 important points which is very essential to explain the concept of your hybridization. The first failure is to explain the observed valency of an element. According to the valence bond theory, number of covalent bond formed by an element depends upon the number of unpaired electron which is present in that atom. But the valency of this certain element cannot be explained on the basis of number of electron present in that atom. Now let us consider the example. The first element that we are going to consider is the beryllium. If we consider the electronic configuration of the beryllium, it is 1s2, 2s2. Now here 1s and the 2s atomic orbital contain the all paired electron. So the expected valency for the beryllium element is a 0. Again remember, if it shows the 0 expected valency, then it should not form any compound. But the beryllium dichloride compound is formed by the beryllium atom. This compound formation cannot be explained on the basis of your valence bond theory. Here generally the element possesses the 2 type of valencies, the expected valency and the observed valency. So after observing the electronic configuration of your beryllium, the expected valency should be 0, but the beryllium forms the beryllium dichloride compound, means beryllium shows the divalency, or it is actually known as a divalent element. So here the expected valency is 0, but the observed valency is actually 2. Now let us consider the example of your carbon. Carbon is a tetravalent compound. For example, methane molecule. So I have shown the electronic configuration of the carbon. We know that the electronic configuration of your carbon will be 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1. So here 1s and the 2s atomic orbital contain the paired electron, while 2px1 and the 2py1 contain the unpaired electron. So its expected valency is 2, but as the carbon forms the methane molecule, so its observed valency is found to be 4. So valence bond theory cannot explain why the carbon shows the tetravalency. This difference in the observed valency and the expected valency is actually the need for the concept of hybridization. Let us consider the second failure of your valence bond theory. Here, valence bond theory does not explain shape, geometry and the bond angle that is present in between these molecules. Methane molecule shows the tetrahedral shape, while the bond angle in the ammonia is 107 degree 28 minute and in the water molecule 104 degree 35 minutes. This particular shape, geometry and the bond angle is not considered by your valence bond theory. To overcome this failure of your valence bond theory, the concept of hybridization were introduced. So after studying the failure of your valence bond theories or the need for the concept of your hybridization, let us define the hybridization. Hybridization, you know that from the previous discussion, hybridization is not the physical process, it is just a concept or it is just a process which is theoretically considered. Now, how we can define the hybridization or what is exactly the hybridization? Now remember the process of mixing and the recasting of an valence atomic orbital of a same atom having same energy or nearly same energy form a new orbital with the equivalent energy, maximum stability and a definite orientation. Now this process is actually known as an hybridization, and the newly formed hybrid orbitals are known as an hybrid orbitals. So now let us consider the example of water molecule. Now here you can observe that the oxygen is the central atom. Now the atomic orbital of your oxygen undergoes the hybridization process. Now remember here I have shown the electronic configuration of the oxygen atom. Oxygen atom, atomic number 8, its electronic configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2px2, 2py1 and 2pz1. So here the 2s and the 2p atomic orbital undergoes the hybridization process as they have a nearly same energy. Now to make the energy equal or the equivalent, this 2s and the 2p atomic orbital undergoes hybridization that I have shown by the dotted line. So after the hybridization process, the 4 hybrid orbitals that is formed here, out of that the 2 hybrid orbital contain the unpaired electron, that is your 2py1 and 2pz1. That 2py1 and the 2pz1 hybrid orbital overlap with the 1s atomic orbital of your 2 hydrogen atom that I have shown. They forms this water molecule. So this is a simple introduction to your hybridization and what is the need for the concept of the hybridization. In the next lecture, we will going to learn about the steps involved in the hybridization. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video.